Shop the Sherwin-Williams July Summer Sale and get 30% off paints and stains July 18th through the 28th. With prices starting at $34.29, it's the perfect time to transform your space with color. Whether you're looking to revamp your interior or exterior, we have you covered with bold hues, soothing neutrals, and everything in between. Visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store or shop the sale online. Delivery available on qualifying orders. Click the banner to learn more. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Our Toyota presents Off the Bench with Jacob Hester and Matt Flynn.
Hands to Hester, and Hester, yep, got it, 5 out of 5.
From carrying each other to a natty to carrying each other on the air.
Flynn is back to throw from the end zone.
Live from the Mercedes-Benz of Baton Rouge studio. It's Off the Bench.
All right, welcome in. Hour number 3 here on a Friday edition of Off the Bench. Jacob Hester, Matt Flynn out today. They will be back on Monday, but Taylor Sharp sitting in the host chair for those guys for about another hour, closing out that work week here on this Friday. Right now, I want to go out to the phone lines, bring in Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com. As locked in as anybody when it comes to LSU sports. Mike, how are you this morning?
Doing good, Taylor. Good to be with you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks so much for hopping on. I know it's a little bit short notice, but look, Mike, SEC Media Days wrapped up just yesterday. Obviously, LSU went on Monday, but, you know, all the talk is always going to be about the quarterbacks. Like, oh, who's going to play for this team? Who's going to be the starter here? And, like, I was talking about it a little bit earlier in the show. It's weird. Like, some of the bottom tier, quote unquote, teams in the SEC kind of know who their quarterback's going to be. It's kind of the teams at the top, like Texas, Georgia, Alabama, like they're all breaking in new QBs, except the LSU Tigers. So, like, let's just go with Garrett Nussmeier right now. Like, in terms of heading into the season for you, where does Garrett Nussmeier rank among SEC quarterbacks?
I don't have a problem ranking him number one.
Mm-hmm.
You know, certainly he's the top returning quarterback in all of college football with the yardage and what he did last year. And look, you can talk about Lenore Sellers. You can talk about DJ Lagway. You know, is Marcel Reed going to be the next guy up? Frankly, I'm ready for the Arch Manning hype bubble to pop.
Yeah.
But I think everything that's coming Garrett Nussmeier's way during talking season is correct.
Mike, as far as, like I'm with you. Like, it has to be Garrett Nussmeier because, like you just mentioned, like, there's kind of a question mark around a lot of these other guys. As far as biggest question marks for LSU, we know it's the offensive line, right? Like, you lose 4 starters from that group a year ago. So let's go outside of the offensive line. Like, take them out of the equation. Outside of O-line, for you, what is your biggest question mark for the Tigers?
Well, yeah, that's just it. It's like I know a lot of Texas A&M is proud of their running back room. LSU's running back room's loaded. The tight end room is loaded. The wide receiver room is an embarrassment of riches. I don't know that you're, like most schools, very enthusiastic about your number 2 quarterback. But offensive line, you're right, is the only real worry on the offensive front. Defensively, I think this is probably the best defensive line, and that's interior and edge rushers since BK's been here. I like the linebacker room. I think there's a reason to be probably more enthusiastic about Harold Perkins at this point than at any time in his career. For some reason, I feel like, if he's 100% healthy, I think they're going to find the right spot for him. So then we go back to the issues that have plagued this team, and that's DB, cornerback, and safety. Did I see enough in the spring to know that they've got cornerbacks sewn up and they're not going to have any issues? I think the edge rushers are going to help those cornerbacks. And I have a hard time believing that the safety position at some point isn't going to be solidified, whether it's with DJ Pickett or whoever that ends up being a starter at some point. There's just too much talent there to not be able to find the right combination is what I'm getting at. There's a whole lot of safety in numbers at the safety position.
Right. No, I'm with you. Like, really, it's O-line, and then everywhere else, you kind of feel okay. Like I was talking about it earlier in the show. I thought this coaching staff did a really good job in the portal, like filling all your needs, especially on the defensive side.
And here's my thing when I think about the offensive line. Look, I think the offensive line recruiting at LSU on a consecutive yearly basis has been the best it's been probably this century under BK.
Mm-hmm.
So why isn't that equating to a stout running game? And look, you'll be able to point to the fact that they're all newcomers and 4 starters are lost if they don't get it done. But I also wonder if there's an issue with the way the technical part of that offensive line as to why they have the inability to run the football. I mean, a lot of offensive linemen come out of high school in these offenses, RPO offenses, and it used to be years ago your offensive line would come out of high school and all they knew how to do was run block. Now is that what it is? It's completely the opposite, and you have a rough time teaching them that.
Yeah, no, I get you. It's like the conversation everybody has about, this quarterback can't take snaps under center. They don't do it anymore, Mike. Like, I'm kind of with you on the running game thing. Look, a minute ago, you mentioned an embarrassment of riches at wide receiver, and I agree. Like, there are a ton of bodies there. You got a bunch of big-time transfers in. You did a good job retaining a lot of your weapons from a year ago. Like, we saw Chris Hilton at SEC Media Days on Monday. So, like, let's assume Hilton's going to get that start against Clemson. And I know it doesn't really matter, who gets the start because they're going to rotate these guys in and out. But, like, in your opinion, like, top 3 guys going into the Clemson game, who do you think it's going to be?
Well, it's going to be Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton, and Barry and Brown, right? But how quickly is Nick Anderson out there? You've got Teron Francis that's I think is going to be a fantastic freshman. That's where it's like, we know how special Harlan Berry can be, whether he's going to be lined up in the slot or at running back. And you can go, 5 through 8 in your wide receiver room and see guys that could probably be starting in a lot of schools. How do you get all those guys involved when you've also got a tight end room that other schools are very envious of? With the addition of Bauer Sharp on top of Trey'Dez Green. If you remember early season, mid-season last year, everybody just kind of upset about Chris Hilton. Man, there's so much reason to be hyped for Chris Hilton. The way he finished last season, at the end of the year and in the bowl game, I'm absolutely convinced had Chris Hilton been there all season long last year, they would have had at least one more win. That deep threat was just so lacking, and they addressed it in the portal in a big way. But then the next question is, in my mind, is who's going to be your leading receiver in touchdowns, and who's going to be your leading wide receiver in receiving yards? Is it 2 different people? Is it one person? And what's going to be the total of receiving yards across the board? And I think the running backs are going to catch a whole lot of balls as well.
Mike, as far as, we've talked about a lot of transfers and a lot of guys that are kind of known commodities, right? We're talking Aaron Anderson, Chris Hilton. This can be offense or defense. Like, just give me a guy you're watching heading into the season, a freshman, you're like, hey, that guy could break out.
I think that's where it's kind of hard. As much as I think Harlan Berry is as legit as can be, how does he break in? And I always like to pick on Frank Wilson's running back rotation. At what point do you think there's any chance that Harlan Berry is an integral part of the offense at Clemson on the road in that environment? Even if he didn't put the ball on the ground one time in fall camp, do you think he's going to get utilized quickly? I have my doubts just based on history and the way I know that BK and Frank like to rotate those guys. It's a good question. I think if it's going to be a freshman, it's got to be someone like DJ Pickett on the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, no, I'm with you. Like DJ Pickett, that's the name that everybody's going to watch, right? And like that's like we were talking about the safety room. Like they actually did a pretty good job at the cornerback spot as well. Like you have Stamps back who in his third year, and I know he wasn't like a full-time starter as a freshman, played a lot of ball though, was a starter last year. Like he's entering his third year. You got some guys in the portal. You got DJ Pickett. Like that's a room as well to keep an eye on. Mike, before we get you out of here, Mike Scarborough of TigerBait.com joining us right now. I want to ask you two quick recruiting questions before we get out of here. Look, obviously Tristan Keys, number one wide receiver in the country, currently committed to the Tigers, but I mean, he's taken all the visits. He's made no bones about like, I'm going to continue to talk to other schools. In your opinion, do the Tigers keep Tristan Keys on board?
I like their positioning right now, but I think there's going to be some antsy moments and some back and forth and drama all the way till the moment he does it. Look, in this day and age, anytime you get a guy like that that's got the stuff going on Twitter and the NIL deal, you're going to have a whole lot of people who are skeptics of it. But I think you'd much rather be in LSU's position with him right now than other schools. You just don't want to get blindsided in November because you thought you had what you needed, and then someone came and dropped a huge dollar amount, and it's just too much for you. At the same time, I think that's the same. You can reverse and say that's probably what LSU needs to do at the quarterback spot. They've got to be the spoiler and go yank a quarterback and be in position to flip a kid in November at the quarterback spot.
That's actually right where I was going next, Mike. Like, look, LSU was after Bo Bentley for a while. He chose Oklahoma. You'll offer Bryson Beavers, and the next day after you offered him, he commits to Oregon. So they've kind of swung and missed on a lot of these guys. And, you know, there's that old adage of like, oh, you have to sign a quarterback every class. Well, with the portal, like, in your opinion, does that change at all? Because, like, a lot of people are saying, oh, you have to get a quarterback in 26. Others are saying, well, you'll just dip into the portal, get one out of there, and then you have the good 27 class coming up. Hopefully you can land one of those guys. Like, where do you stand now of, like, having to take a quarterback every class?
Well, I mean, we've been posing the question for a couple of weeks now. When you look ahead, and because that's what everybody's doing, if BK doesn't make the playoffs, what's it like for him in 26? And think about all what you're going to lose because of how much eligibility you've got and all those NIL guys you just signed. You know, do you think the starting quarterback for the 26 football season is currently on the LSU roster? I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
So, and then when you look, you say, okay, who are the guys that we're mostly familiar with that Joe Sloan has relationships with? And I'm pretty sure there's some guys that we probably aren't talking about. But if it's going to be trying to flip guys that committed elsewhere, and you look at where they're at in the resources at those schools, whether it's several quarterbacks committed to Oregon that LSU offered, Jared Curtis at Georgia, Faison Brand at Tennessee, Bentley, Oklahoma, Diabell at Texas. You know, you're not going to flip those guys by doing the reverse Bryce Underwood this year. So to me, it's like, do you go down a level into, you know, a low 4-star, a high 3 to get your high school quarterback, and then after that, go into the portal and get you a marquee quarterback that's either a grad transfer or has 1 year. And then the question there is, how much do you have to pay to get that guy? And how many other schools are you going to battle for him? Full well knowing what you're recruiting for the class of 27 and what those price tags might be. How many millions of dollars can you have wrapped up in your quarterback room?
Right. No, I mean, it's the question that everyone's asking. Mike Scarborough, TigerBait.com. Check out him and the team over there at TigerBait.com. All things LSU, and they are locked in with the best of them. Mike, thanks so much for hopping on this morning.
All right. Talk soon. Thanks, Taylor. Have a good weekend.
Yep, absolutely. You do as well. All right, we're going to take a quick time out. We get back. We got more for you on the other side here on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
Oh, deal. Go to All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com. Buying new, leasing, renting, everything is available. Hopefully you took full advantage of the rentals during the 4th of July, that holiday, right? You got a trip coming up. But as we know, that's not the only time that you travel. If you've got something coming up, if you've got a tournament coming up, if volleyball, baseball, soccer, softball, whatever it might be, you've got more equipment. Your current vehicle will maybe get by just barely, have enough room. You don't have to worry about that. Go get you a Sequoia, get a Sienna, get a Tundra, right? And take that trip. Per day rental prices, All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
Yeah, we're past the 4th of July, but summer is not over. We still got about a month, maybe a little over a month till the kids go back. So you might still be planning one last summer vacation. Go check them out on their car rentals. Go see what they can do for you today. All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
It starts with
one thing. I don't know why. It doesn't even matter how hard you try. Keep that in mind. I'm designed
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
Watch it fly by as the pendulum swings. Watch it count down to the end of the day. The clock takes life away. It's so unreal. Didn't look out. But look.
Welcome back in. Friday edition of Off the Bench here in hour number 3. We got just 3 segments left with you. And we are closing out this very busy SEC Media Days work week. Jake and Matt will be back on Monday. But for the time being, you got me for the next 45 minutes or so. You know, we were coming back in from the bump music. I'm like, this isn't Nickelback. And I'm like, this is actually Linkin Park. It doesn't matter. It's the same thing. They're kind of neck and neck in my eyes. A lot of people don't know that.
I mean, it's fine. I did a little
Linkin,
Three Doors.
Linkin Park's a good one.
I did 3 Doors Down earlier.
You did.
Yeah.
You did. No, Linkin Park is that's a big one for me. Okay, we were going to do this at 8:30, but we got caught up with Cassie having Chick-fil-A withdrawals, so it kind of pushed this segment back a little bit. But look, Alondra, Cassie, they got their Chick-fil-A. Everyone's in a much better mood now, so we're going to go ahead and do this now. I mentioned it a little bit earlier. NFL coaches and executives have been interviewed all week long heading into training camp about, hey, give us the top 10 players at every position. Coaches, execs across the league. And the wide receiver one came out just 2 days ago. And if you wanted any conversation about who is wide receiver you, this list ends that conversation. And I'm not saying this list is the end-all, be-all, but I thought it was wrapped up before this. This is just further confirmation, in my opinion, that your LSU Tigers are, in fact, wide receiver you. They got 10 names on this list. Alabama, hey, that's a team we bring up all the time, right? Devontae Smith, Jerry Jeudy, Jalen Waddle, Julio in the past. Clearly they got some guys on this list, right? No former Crimson Tide players in the top 10. Okay, well, Ohio State's the next big one. I mean, going back to Michael Thomas, you had Ted Ginn, Terry McLaurin in the league now. I mean, look Chris Olave with the New Orleans Saints. The Ohio State Buckeyes, even though I think they should have another, have one guy on this list. It's Garrett Wilson at number 10. Your LSU Tigers have 3 of the top 7 wide receivers in the NFL, according to coaches and executives. So this isn't coming from me. This is guys that are in the NFL, around the league every single day. That's what they think of these guys. They got Jamar Chase 1, Justin Jefferson 2. I'm good either way you slice that. Chase is coming off the bigger year. I'm good with it. Jefferson, I think, was 1 a year ago. Doesn't really matter. Those guys are neck and neck. And then coming in at number 7, New York Giants wide receiver Malik Neighbors. Makes a lot of sense as well. But going through the rest of the list, at 3, you have Miami Dolphins wide receiver Tyreek Hill. I can't get behind this at number 3. Look, Tyreek Hill is a good player. He had a down year last year, but before that, he had back-to-back 1,700-yard seasons. Tyreek Hill is a good player. Tyreek Hill is not a top 3 wide receiver in the NFL. You have CeeDee Lamb at 4, which I would bump him up to 3. You have A.J. Brown at 5 from the Eagles. I would bump him up to 4. You know, me and, I don't remember who it was. It was me and Jordan the other day. He's the one that showed me this list, and we were talking about it, and we're saying, like, you know, CeeDee Lamb and A.J. Brown are neck and neck. And my response was, yeah, and this isn't A.J. Brown's fault, but The Eagles are just a lot better than the Cowboys, and they have a lot more weapons. Like CD's putting up the same numbers as A.J. Brown, and teams are having to key in on them because they don't really have anything else. And Philly's got a better quarterback in Jalen Hurts than Dak Prescott. George Pickens will be huge for CeeDee Lamb. We'll see what he can do this year with that. That'll take a little pressure off of him. I wouldn't be surprised if he's in that 3 spot next season. But at 6, it's Amon-Ra St. Brown. 7, I mentioned Malik Neighbors. 8, Nico Collins. Interesting that he's on this list. Like, I personally think Nico's very talented. I was kind of on the Nico hype train 2 years ago before that big season that he had. But he's hurt a lot last year. Not to say that he wasn't good. He wasn't that available. 8's a little rich for me. 9 at Mike Evans for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. People aren't going to want to hear this. Mike Evans should be higher on this list. I love Malik Neighbors. I'm a big fan of Nico Collins as well. Mike Evans should be ahead of both of those guys. Just because of the longevity. Like, remember, Saints fans were mad last year because Baker was kind of force-feeding the ball to Evans at the end of that second Buccaneers-Saints game because they wanted Mike Evans to get 1,000 yards. He's been in the league for, 9 seasons now? He's never had less than 1,000 yards. And even last year, because remember the Tampa Bay Buccaneers a year ago, I just mentioned it with CeeDee Lamb. Like, the Bucs were devastated by injuries. A lot of teams were keying in on Evans a year ago, and they still couldn't stop him. So, like, you're getting double-teamed a lot of times. You're getting up there in age. You've done it for 9 years now. And think about how many different quarterbacks he's had. He had Jameis Winston for 4 years. Then he had Tom Brady for 2. He's going on year 3 with Baker Mayfield. And he's performed regardless of which quarterback is in there. Like, all 3 of those guys, pretty different quarterbacks. Hasn't mattered to Mike Evans at all. He's got it done. Like, Mike Evans has to be higher on that list. And then at number 10, you have Garrett Wilson. Look, back-to-back 1,000-yard seasons, former first-round pick. He's at 10. Like, that's fine. Like, I'm probably taking... If I had to do this list, though, Tyreek Hill's getting dropped way down. Like, Tyreek Hill, for me, he's like 6 or 7. He's not 3. I might take Nico out. Evans will bump up. Because, like, Tyreek can't be at 3 at all. Like, if Tyreek Hill has another bad year, he's not on this list at all, much less top 3. He's not top 10 if he has another down here. But I think there's some big misses. Like, there's a guy with our guy Jaden Daniels out there at Washington, Terry McLaurin. Terry McLaurin's been in the league 7 years. He's had 1,000 yards 6 straight years. The only year he did not was his rookie year. He's had bad quarterback play, too. I mean, think about some of the QBs that were there before Jaden Daniels got there. You had Sam Howell that was there. Taylor Heineke was there. And very similar to Mike Evans, like, he puts up numbers regardless of who his quarterback is. And he's still just 29 years old. Like, Terry McLaurin should be on this list. But going back to the whole LSU wide receiver U thing, like, yes, if McLaurin's on there, that gives Ohio State 2 receivers in the top 10. But they're both towards the bottom. Not only does LSU have 1 and 2, you have 7 with Malik Neighbors. I could argue Brian Thomas Jr. deserves to be on this list. He actually had a little bit better of a year than Malik Neighbors last year. No, he had a better situation. I mean, Malik plays for the freaking Giants. Like, what are you going to do? But, I mean, look, last year, Brian Thomas, 1,300 yards, 10 touchdowns, so double digits there. He had 87 receptions. Like, Brian Thomas had a heck of a year. If he has another one like that, like Garrett Wilson, Malik Neighbors, those guys are getting knocked off. Brian Thomas is in there. That would give you 4, assuming Chase Jefferson and Neighbors stay there. I have no reason to believe that they won't. Jefferson puts up good numbers in Minnesota. Doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball. Chase has Burrow. They're not going anywhere. And whether it's Russell Wilson, Jackson Dart, Jameis Winston, whoever, Malik's actually going to have a better quarterback than he had a year ago. He had Daniel Jones till they cut him. He had Tommy DeVito. Like, he had bad quarterback play last year. Doesn't really matter who wins that job. Malik Neighbors is getting an upgrade at the quarterback position. But Brian Thomas Jr. could be right there with another solid season. There's no more Gabe Davis in Jacksonville. There's no more Christian Kirk in Jacksonville. Kirk's with the Texans, pairing with Nico Collins. Now, Travis Hunter does come over, but I don't think Travis Hunter is going to be a full-time receiver. I know they say he is. I just don't see it. I would like for him to be because I think he's a really good receiver. But I think Travis Hunter, at least rookie year until they get a feel of things. I think eventually Travis Hunter is going to stick to one side of the football, and that's what's going to happen. As good as he is as a two-way player, you just don't see it in the NFL. I think eventually that's what's going to happen. But rookie year, Travis Hunter, I mean, I'm thinking, hey, we're going to start you out at receiver, a little bit easier of an adjustment, and then we're going to play you a little bit more at corner here and there. If a corner goes down, you're going to play. If a receiver goes down, you're going to play. I think he's going to be a little bit of a tweener. I think he's going to have a good year, like impact-wise. Maybe the numbers don't reflect it, right? The raw numbers, because he's going to bounce around a little bit everywhere. I think he's going to have a huge impact. I don't know if he's a long-term player two-way. I think he's just going to stick corner, receiver. They're going to find a place for him and stick him there. Just because that's what the NFL likes to do. Not to say Hunter can't do it. We saw him do it for 2 years at Colorado. I mean, he just won the Heisman Trophy. The guy's phenomenal. I just don't know if that's going to happen. So, look, there's not a ton of guys competing for catches. Evan Ingram's gone in Jacksonville. If Trevor Lawrence could step up, he's had 2 bad years in a row. Trevor Lawrence has 1 more year, and that's it. At least in my opinion. So you could potentially have Jefferson, Chase, Neighbors, and Brian Thomas all in the top 10 of wide receivers. The wide receiver U conversation's over. It was over before this, but it's like that's it. Wrap it up, put a bow on it, it's over. Ohio State and Alabama can battle for second. Because LSU is wide receiver U, and that's going to continue. Look at the guys on campus right now. We just had Mike Scarborough on. We were talking about the embarrassment of riches at the wide receiver room. That's going to continue. And right now, the number 1 wide receiver in the country is committed to LSU for 26. We'll see if they hold on to him, but that LSU NFL pipeline for wide receivers is not slowing down anytime soon. All right, we're going to take a timeout. When we get back, UFC 318 coming up in New Orleans. Someone in this studio will be in attendance. We'll get her thoughts on the matchup. We'll break it down a little bit. And then, have you ever gotten caught having an affair at a concert? Well, somebody did. We'll talk about that on the other side here as well on Off the Bench.
Off the Bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com. Pelicanroof.com is the website for, you probably guessed it, Pelican Roofing. And once you get to the website, so many different things that you'll see there, including their 5-star reviews right there on the homepage. You'll also see in the top right corner the instant roof quote. What is that, you ask? Well, all you do is click on it. You type in your address, your home, your business, wherever you need a new roof. It's going to actually get an outline of your roof from Google Maps and give you an idea of what that would cost. It's an incredible tool that they have there on the website. Also, one of the things we've been telling you about over the last couple of weeks, their financing options. And they're right there, Matt, on the homepage.
Yeah, I actually, guess what? When you said it, when we started this, I went to pelicanroof.com and everything popped up right there, from their service areas, about their projects they've done, a gallery, everything that they do and can do for you. Like Jake said, 0% financing for qualified buyers. Pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com.
Tigers turn talkers. This is Off the Bench.
How risky do we get on the Friday? How long do we let this song play?
I made sure it was a clean version. I don't think there's cuss words in it, though. I think
No,
it's
there's
just
not.
A
It's
dirty
just
song.
the subject matter.
Yeah. The
Right.
subject matter.
It's about fornicating, people. In
Yes.
case you were wondering, that's what we were
Okay,
getting at.
We're talking about how many Chick-fil-A points people have, because like if you buy Chick-fil-A from the app,
Right.
you get points for it, and you can like rack them up and get like free stuff from it. Cassie,
Yeah, how many points
tell
do you
the
have?
people how many Chick-fil-A points you have.
I have 2,400 Chick-fil-A points.
Okay, you could
listen,
Buy
I'm
a
saving.
Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, you could
I'm
buy it. You could be a
saving them.
franchise owner.
Because if you get like up to like 3,000 Chick-fil-A points, then
You get a prize.
Then you can
Cassie's
get,
a kid at an
you can, like,
arcade.
a whole, like 30 count like tailgating tray. So
Whoa.
I'm trying to save them up.
Cassie's a kid at an arcade. Like, Mom, just a few more points. Wait. 3,000 tickets gets me the big stuffed animal.
I've been saving them.
Jeez. Cassie wants that tailgate pack. What's going to happen is you're going to go to Chick-fil-A and they're going to be like, I'm sorry, we don't have the tailgate pack anymore. And you're going to lose your mind. And I can't wait. I need to see a Cassie's Mazzali blow up. I've never seen one.
I've never seen Cassie like not that way. Like
Cassie,
the way that she is right now, that's how she is 24/7.
I'll tell you what, though, she's kind of a mean texter. You never know the tone. You never know the tone you're gonna get with Cassie.
I think I'm just dry in my tone.
Maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
That's what I've heard. I haven't experienced it personally. That's the word on the street, though. Okay, possible transition here.
5,000 gets you a whole Chick-fil-A cow. Oh my gosh, Daniel Basham.
Whole Chick-fil-A cow.
Yeah.
We need that, Cassie. 5,000. That's the goal.
I feel like give me like a month or maybe 2 months.
Okay, how many points do you get? This is how long you've been saving up. How many points do you get per order? Like on average, how many points do you get?
It depends. Like my order just now, I got like 200 something points. But like if I just go through the drive-through, then I think I only get like 100 points.
Like I've picked up a Cassie's Bizzali Chick-fil-A order. It's an 8-count nuggets with a root beer and honey mustard.
Yep.
How many points is that normally?
I think it's usually like 100 something points.
Oh, okay. I'm thinking like 10 per order, and I'm like, how many years have you been saving up? 100's
No.
actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's not as crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, coming up.
Sorry, they're so funny in the chat. If you're not like in the YouTube chat during your day, you need to get in it.
Some people are in it all day.
I know, right? There's some people that are in it like every show.
Some people are in it all day. I'll admit, like sometimes if I get home early, I'm like AFR's on, slip in the YouTube chat. I was in it yesterday. I was hanging out with our guys yesterday.
I like when you get in sometimes during Hunt show.
Oh, I do. Yeah. I'll get it in on Hunt show every now and then. If I hear Hunt giving some outlandish golf take, I'm like, the chat needs me, so we'll slip in. It's like the bat signal in the sky. It's just Hunt swinging a golf club. That's the logo. And I'm like, we got to slide in there and help the people out. UFC 318 coming up in New Orleans, actually tomorrow night. Dustin Poirier, Max Holloway. The send-off for Dustin Poirier is what has been an excellent fighting career. Alondra will be there.
I'm going to be in the number.
You're going to be in the number.
I
imagine this bad boy is going to be sold out because we talked about it.
I don't know.
It hadn't been in a decade. I imagine it's going to be because, like, I think the people in New Orleans are going to show up to prove, like, hey, we need more fights here in New Orleans, not less. Because there was all that talk about, like, oh, well, we just want to keep it in Vegas because, that's where all the money is. I think New Orleans is going to show out. I mean, we'll probably get a final number after the fight.
Yeah.
How do you? We got a few minutes before we break here. How do you think this goes, though?
So first of all, like I just want to say that I am very, very excited about this. Like if you
is a big one.
Yeah, and if you listen to OTB, then like you know that I love the UFC. I love boxing. Like this is like my stuff right here. And I've never been to a fight before. Like I've gone to those Titan Combat Championship like amateur ones that they have around here at the Texas Club. But I've never been to a fight before, and I'm so excited about this. Y'all know I love Dustin. He was so good to me when I interviewed him, so, like, I'll never forget that. I was a fan of him before, but he's just a really good person, and that makes me, like, an even bigger fan of him. And he 100% deserves this send-off for him, and Dana said it himself. Dana White, y'all know I was spitting distance, as you said, from Dana at the press conference yesterday, and he was like, I mean, Dustin has been a huge part of the UFC since he was in it. And it's true. Like, he has so many iconic fights. He has, like, the last, 10 fights that he's had have been incredible fights. And what's going on?
What do you mean?
Are you, like, texting each other? Or what is going on?
We'll see. We'll see in a second.
Okay.
I don't know.
Anyways, Dana himself said that they're just very appreciative of Dustin, and that's why they're having this send-off in New Orleans because he deserves it, and he really does. So,
how's it go? What we think? Who's winning it?
So I think it's gonna go 5 rounds.
You think it goes to a decision? I do.
Yeah, I do. So they've fought twice before.
Yep.
And Dustin himself said this yesterday. Like, it's hard beating Max Holloway once. It's really hard to beat him twice. Beating him 3 times is gonna be like very, very tough. And I agree with this. Max Holloway is a great fighter, and the lines are about even.
Mm-hmm.
Max is a slight favorite at -148, and Dustin's +124 on DraftKings right now. So he is the underdog, and usually when Dustin's the underdog, he finds it in him to like dig deep and really like just surprise everybody and come out on top with like that Benoit Saint Denis fight that he had. He was a heavy underdog in that one. So I do think it goes to a decision. The last 2 times he beat Max, one of them was by submission. The other one did go to a decision. So we're missing a third one. We're missing a knockout.
Are you calling fifth round knockout?
I'm not calling 5th round knockout. I don't want to call a knockout, but it is. They are going to get in there and like, it's going to be a chaotic, like just throwing punches fight. Like both of them are like 2 of the best boxers in the UFC. So I think it's going to be a great fight. I'm really hoping that Dustin takes this one. I don't even want to like, I don't even want to say.
So you're picking Dustin.
I'm going to pick Dustin just off of like fandom and
going with your heart.
Going with my heart.
Yep.
And it's his retirement fight. He needs this. But like, how awesome would it be if Max Holloway's only been knocked out once?
Yeah.
By our guy, Ilia Topuria. I said our guy, but I don't know if you're a fan.
You're a guy.
I love Ilia Topuria, but
I hadn't watched him. I'm not quite as locked in as you. Like, I hadn't watched him enough yet.
So, I mean, it's hard to beat Max Holloway. So beating him 3 times is going to be a really hard feat, but if there's anybody that can do it, I think it's Dustin, and it's his last fight. So I don't even want to give a pick. Like, I really don't, because I love both these fighters so much.
I will say this. I appreciate that Poirier is not taking the easy way out. Like, not to throw shade at others, but like, there's a lot of guys that are like, they'll do a big fight and they'll be like, win or lose. They're like, I want to do a little bit of an easier fight, go out on top. This is a big boy.
Yeah.
Like Dustin's not taking the easy road out and taking like, okay, for example, when Floyd Mayweather and Manny Pacquiao finally fought, Floyd Mayweather, that gave him, I think he was like 47-0, and he's like, I want to get to 50.
Yeah.
He kind of did 3 easy fights on his way out. Like, that's fine if you want to get to 50. The Pacquiao one was kind of the ultimate one.
Yeah.
Poirier's going out like swinging. Like Max Holloway is not an easy out. I'm gonna go Dustin Poirier unanimous decision.
Yeah.
That's my pick.
He is. Like, again, this is for the BMF title. Max Holloway holds it right now, but these are 2 of the BMFs in UFC. The BMF
I think I know what that stands for.
Yeah. Bilbo says, when do you not make a decision based on vibes? I mean, that's just, I probably do a lot, but like, I think most of the time it's based on facts.
So
Baseball
me and Alondra
season was all facts. Whenever I got that plus 550 bet on Ryan Garcia with Devin Haney, like, that was facts. Sorry, I don't know why I'm losing my voice right now, but that was facts. I mean, this one's a vibe.
You got a chicken mini coat in your throat.
I got a chicken mini in my throat, but this one's vibes because I just can't. Again, the lines are even. Everybody feels this way about this fight. Like, you really can't. You don't know.
All right, well, it sounds like she's leaning Poirier. I'm gonna go Poirier. I hate when that means Holloway's gonna win. I hate when we both pick the same. But you know what we got to do? Speaking of vibes, whenever you're at a concert, like it's a great vibe, right? Like you're all having a good time. Not tech CEO Andy, whatever the hell his name is, and I
think he's an astronomer.
He's the CEO of Astronomer. The company's called Astronomer. He's the tech CEO.
I messed that up.
I mean, I've never even heard of the company Astronomer. Whatever. He's a billionaire. He's at this suite at a Coldplay concert. You know, they're panning to the crowd, and a camera pops up. Cassie, we actually have the picture of the couple. You can go ahead and pull this up. So this is the couple. This is tech CEO and his HR lady, who apparently were having That's not the one. That's me and T-Bob. That's me and T-Bob. That's not the one.
That's the one you sent me. Sorry.
I wanted to give T-Bot a shout out because, you know, since T-Bob left the show, we hadn't had many that there's a gym. But anyways.
Wait, is this what T-Bob sent in the group? I didn't look at it.
Yes. Okay. It's me and T-Bob as the, hey, anybody want to guess which one of me and T-Bob's the woman? That's a tough one.
Yeah.
Anyways.
That's funny.
Tech CEO, Andy, whatever his name is, doesn't matter. And the head of his HR were snuggling up at a Coldplay concert. Now everybody's, you know, up in arms about it. My opinion is they reacted very poorly. Like, if you see the real video, she turns away. He climbs under the table.
So stupid.
Climbs under the table.
Nobody
like, my thought is,
cared.
right, like, I get that you're a billionaire. You think you're awesome. I didn't know who this guy was or what he looked like up until Tuesday or Wednesday or whenever that came out. And the only reason we saw it is because of their incredibly awkward reaction. Like, Chris Martin's on stage and goes, hey, they're either having an affair or they're really shy. Well, Chris Martin, little did you know that's exactly what was going on. And then, there's a lot of, it's coming out saying, oh, well, our privacy was, you're at a Coldplay concert. There is no privacy.
Yeah.
They're not walking up to your bedroom window and snapping photos of you from outside. You're in public. Whether or not that video surfaced or not, how many people saw you walking to your seats? That's the part I don't get. First off, maybe don't cheat. However, I will say this. I told Cassie this yesterday when I was filling in on Take It or Leave It. Can't get in trouble at the office if you cheat with the HR lady. So I guess he kind of chose a good one there. But yeah, don't do that. And then don't play victim. I don't want to hear anybody being like, oh well, the private moment. No. You're at a Coldplay concert. You're a billionaire CEO. No, there is no privacy at a Coldplay concert.
No.
If they were taking pictures of you from your bushes in your yard, sure,
Yeah.
that's an invasion of privacy. Not this. You were super reckless. Your reaction to the whole situation was awful. You made it 100 times worse. And then on top of it, maybe don't cheat with your HR lady. But that's just where I stand on the whole situation. All right, we're gonna break right now. When we get back, guys, the work week's pretty much over. We got it done. It was a hectic week here on OTB, but we're closing it out next with a little Ask the Bench.
Off the bench.
We'll be back.
I think some people are agreeing with me.
Throw it backwards out.
You know who doesn't throw the backwards out?
Tommy. GoTommys.com. GEAUX Tommys. Tommy with a Y.com. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding, where you will clearly see the difference. They are award-winning. They win awards every single year. They've been doing this for a very, very long time.
Surely there wasn't
Over
a year
30 years
when
of
they
experience.
won.
Now, they actually probably already pre-ordered the banner.
The printing company just prints it out automatically. Just ships it to them on the first of every year.
Yep, because they know what's coming. And that is Tommy and the team coming to do your project at your home, at your business, whatever it is. Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. Go to GoTommys.com.
GoTommys.com. Go to it right now and go see the gallery of work that they do. You can actually see with your own eyes what they've done with clients. You can hear testimonials from clients. Windows and siding, lifetime warranty. Are you kidding me? That's a full lifetime you got. GoTommys.com. Go check them out. Give them a call today. GoTommys.com.
From players to legends, Hester and Flynn break down LSU football like only champions can.
While Hester and Flynn not breaking down LSU football in a championship manner on this Friday, Jake and Matt both out. They will be back on Monday. Taylor Sharp sitting in the host chair. Alondra Villarreal, Cassie Spazzali here as well. Guys, we've had a jam-packed show. We talked a lot of SEC media days. We got on Mike Scarborough from TigerBait.com to kind of preview the upcoming LSU football season. Nick Underhill hopped on, kind of give us a preview of New Orleans Saints training camp, which is coming up next week. Right now, you only got a few minutes left. It is time for a little Ask the Bench. First question comes in from Joey LeBlanc. He says, ask the bench, be honest. Who brushes their teeth in the shower? Joey, I hope you don't do this because I don't want to think that, you are a psychopath. Who in the hell brushes their teeth in the shower? The way Cassie's smiling right now, I know she doesn't.
No.
I don't think Alondra brushes her teeth in the shower.
Not in the shower, no.
I don't brush my teeth at all. I'm kidding. I don't brush my teeth in the shower. Actually, I got one, Cassie.
Yeah.
Jacob Beck.
I could.
Because he's always in a hurry. So Jacob Beck has to brush. Jacob Beck has to brush his teeth while he showers because he's always in a hurry to get here. So it's got to be Beck. That's got to be the answer. All right, guys.
The time he rolls in stresses me out.
I could not live.
What?
You guys know how much I show prep and everything. I think I sent y'all a completed document at 3 o'clock yesterday.
Yeah.
I could not. I got to tell you kind of respect the hustle. Kind of respect it a little bit. Ask the bench. This comes from Po Boy. Does LSU beat Clemson?
Yes. Mark the tape.
Cassie?
I'm going to go yes.
I mean, you can't.
I have said no.
Statistically,
You ain't going to get me 6 times.
Law of averages, you can get me 3 times. You can get me 4 times. You can get me 5 times.
Ain't going to get me 6.
But 6 times, you're not getting
Ain't going to get me 6.
I will learn my lesson after 6.
I have said no all off season long. I don't know if it's the donuts. I don't know if it's the Chick-fil-A talk. I don't know if it's all the Nickelback we've played this morning. But I'm in a good mood today. Vibes are high. Yeah, LSU takes down Clemson. They're going to beat that ass week 1. I'm in, okay? I'm in. Will I change my tune probably 3 or 4 times throughout the season? We'll probably go back and forth. That's just what I do. But, yeah, no. Tigers taking them down. The real Tigers will reign supreme.
Real Death Valley.
100% real Death Valley. Ask the bench, does the CEO survive this? Being seen at a Coldplay concert.
Not with his wife, no.
So we were talking, I think he's making fun of Coldplay.
That's funny, yeah.
We were talking during break, Alondra, where I think I only know 2 or 3 Coldplay songs.
I know Yellow.
Yeah.
Scientist or something
There's
like that.
another that I know it when I hear it. I can't name it. I know it when I hear it.
That song is like Para,
Yeah, I think that's
Paradise,
Coldplay.
right? Yeah, okay, I know that one.
I know that
But
one
yeah,
too.
no, I'm not a Coldplay
That's
person.
the thing, right?
That one in yellow.
Yeah, Yellow, yeah.
Every time I hear Coldplay, I'm like, oh yeah, big time band. But then I'm like, I don't actually know that many Coldplay songs. So yeah, that crowd effect. I'll tell you what, there's gonna be a lot more people at the next Coldplay concert. They all want to see the breaking news that's going to happen at that one. Not asking that. This guy, not an ask the bench, but it said not Tay giving Dabo bulletin board material. I appreciate that in midstream. I really do. Do you think Dabo Sweeney knows who I am or gives a crap what I say about him? I appreciate it. I tell you what, if Dabo Sweeney got bulletin board material from me and Clemson went on to beat LSU, I'm still victory lapping around this room that Dabo Sweeney actually knows who I am. Don't even care the result of the game at that point. Dabo Sweeney has no idea who I am. Also, don't be an idiot. You're going to send Brian Kelly a text message? It's not even spelled the same way. How's Brian Kelly spelled in your phone? You weren't looking at the name when you sent it? I like Dabo. That was a little bit too far on the, oh, gee, golly, look at me. I'm done with the Dabo thing for the time being. I do like Dabo, though. I do think that the Dabo is a good coach. Gets a lot of hate just because he does things a little bit differently. Ask the bench. Alondra, maybe you know this one. You're a big Fleetwood Mac fan, right?
Yeah.
Will Lindsey Buckingham join Fleet Mac for its final tour? I don't know who Lindsey Buckingham is.
Well, we gotta get out of here, but I don't know. Maybe.
All right, that's gonna do it.
I mean, if Oasis can get it together, maybe Lindsey and Stevie can. Yeah.
All right, that's going to do it for a Friday edition of OTB. We'll be back same time on Monday here on 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
All right, go to getgordon.com. Getgordon.com. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys throughout the state of Louisiana. They can help you out. When you go to the website, you can see what they can help you out with. Cases they've handled in the courtroom, past client results, all right there on the homepage of the website. You can have a chat right there. Chat agent can pull up bottom right corner of the site, ask them any question that you might have. It's very easy to get in contact with Gordon McKernan. It is your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. And it's always on social media at Get Gordon's always going to be the handle to see what they're doing throughout your local community. Get Gordon and get it done.
Everybody knows the name. Everybody's seen the billboards. Be a part of the G team. There's a reason for that, because they make things easy. They help you. If you're injured, it is not your fault. Whether it's a car accident, work, injured at the job site, whatever it is, let them help you. Let them fight for you. GetGordon.com, 888-8888.